All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode, the first episode, but another one of WNPR Cribz. If you don't know what WNPR is, look it up. So this is the place I'm staying at, and it's pretty cool. There's not a lot here. I just thought I'd show it off because it is kind of nice. So this is the entryway. Um, you can see the rest of camp out from here. It's pretty neat. It's a nice view. A lot of trees. There's a little they call this the Airy. I don't know why. It's like a playground for kids. And then you got a bunch of stuff in the back there. You kind of see you can't really see it. There's the old trading post. It's kind of cool. So I got this cool washer and dryer, which are pretty fancy. It's pretty neat. I got the chainsaw in here because I cut some stuff up. It's on a blanket, so it doesn't fuck anything up. So this was actually the CEO gave this to my former boss because he didn't have. This is where he used to live, and he didn't have washing facilities. So these are probably the most expensive washer and dryer I've ever used in my entire life. They're really like fancy and nice. But I'll show you. It's kind of plumbed ridiculously. I think you can see it here, but I don't know. It's goofy. It's not set up well. You can't sell, but I'll get into that later. And also the vent is right there, which if you know anything about ventilation, which this guy was supposed to know, you don't put vents on the gable ends of a fucking building on the ground because snow piles up there. I've already had to clear it out several times. So that's pretty cool. Bathroom. This is what all the hubbub's about. This is the shit I didn't have before. Look at that toilet. Beautiful. It's pretty small. It's all you need. This is all baseboard heat. There's an old clock that used to be in my cabin. It's all baseboard heat, so it's not particularly. It's not really the warmest in here. It's uh, it's warm enough. It stays up. This thing though, this is my favorite part of this whole fucking building. Is this little wood stove here? This was installed back in I think 2021, and this thing I don't like this style, and I don't like inserts just because this is the thing that gets hot, the actual metal box, and all the heat is in this area, so it's got to heat this whole thing up. But it's a big thermal mass, so once it gets heated, it's actually really nice. Now, when the power was out for 5 days, I lived around this thing. It was like back in the day when I when I was living at my cabin on my property. Everything was centered around the wood stove, and I had my bed right there, and all that kind of stuff. I was just keeping this thing fed the whole time. That's what got me through it. That's how I was able to live here without there being electricity. So, it's always nice to have a little wood stove. I think it's pretty neat. Um, I usually have this place set to 60, and I have this thing keep it up to about 75. It doesn't take much. The damper works pretty well. I don't think the flue was done correctly because it leaks when there's not a fire going. A lot of hot air or cold air gets in. So it is what it is. It's kind of cool. These are sconces that I had for a while. Here's the kitchen. I got to do the dishes. Look at that fancy rice. Look at that fancy rice cooker. I'm like a modern man, except I have to put it on the floor because there's no outlets up here, and I don't want to run an extension cord. That seems kind of dumb to me. So when I use the toaster or that, I just put it on the floor and then put it away when I'm done. This is kind of funny. So this is I don't know what you would put up here, liquor, I guess. It's kind of short for that. But I found out if you put this speaker in here, it sounds exactly like it's coming out of a phonograph. So it's actually really cool. So when I play my music, I put this in here, and the acoustics make it sound like it's coming out of a record player. It's kind of neat. Uh, Here's the bed. It's where I spend probably too much of my time. I just bought these sheets. I prefer red bed sheets. I think they look kind of nicer. Um, they didn't have any red bed sheets, so this blue one with this cool geometric pattern I thought was pretty neat. So I kind of just went with that. Here's a jump pack that I'm charging because my car's a piece of shit. So I put stuff over here to if they get wet when I'm outside, I just put them over here on this. This is the thing that they use to cover the wood stove. It's like a decorative. It's got stuff on it. They cover the wood stove with that when it's not in use. just as like, and it was before, when you were running. It used to be a fireplace before it was a wood stove, and this is to prevent embers from flying into the room from the fireplace because it's an open thing. That's another nice thing about wood stoves. When you have the door shut, really nothing can happen unless you have a chimney fire, which that sucks too. But that can happen with fireplaces too. Some religious shit. I don't really want to talk about that. Don't worry about it. The worst Christmas tree you'll ever see. Oh, look at that. It's like a Lampoon movie. Um, I don't know. I just really wanted a Christmas tree. The thing with this, um, so it snowed. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see anything from here, but no, you can't. It snowed a lot, and it was super heavy. So like all the trees are like bent over, and you can't see them. I probably hiked around about 40, 50 acres looking for a decent tree. This was the best one I could find. I think this is a really young Doug fir, but I'm not entirely sure. It was, believe me, this was the best one. This was the best I could find because everything was totally fucked. So yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have a little Christmas tree. I haven't been able to do this in a long time. Looks about as ridiculous as if I put it in my actual cabin, but there's not a lot here. So, and then you got the back porch. Now this place has one of the best views of Rest Lake, of any cabin on this entire property, which is hilarious because it's been used by a guy that's had the fucking blinds closed constantly for the last 5 years. It is beautiful. I love waking up and seeing this beautiful lake. I've seen some beautiful sunrises. Sometimes the sun sets and the moon sets just back there. It is fucking fantastic. You can see the aurora borealis when it's up on here over the lake the best. It's a really beautiful view. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. It's really nice. It's a little table here. You may recognize this website. And this was given to me by my old pastor. He changed churches because he was looking to retire. It's a really nice teapot. I figured the only time I'm really going to have people over here is if I'm having over for like tea or coffee. This isn't really a good space to have like a big dinner or something like that. I guess I could cook lunch or something. I've had some people over for tea already. So it's pretty nice. I like this little teapot. I think it's cool. Kitchen shit, liquor. These are they're called depression glasses. I don't really know why. Maybe because they made them in the depression. Maybe it's the way that the way that they make the glass. I don't really know. But my great uncle Roy had a set of these, and I have a bunch of them somewhere. I think I have 2 of them here. They're pretty nice. Anything else? That's about it. I mean, I have everything here that makes me happy. I'm a pretty easy guy to please. Having access to fire makes me feel a lot nicer. There's just something about a fire I really enjoy. Now, for some bonus content, let me show you the Oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about this clock. My buddy Richard, my Polish buddy Richard, hilarious guy. You would not believe him if you met him. I'm not sure how long he's going to be around. And he gave me this clock just because he wanted me to have a really cool clock. It doesn't run well when it's really cold. So in my old cabin, because it would get super cold, near freezing, or sometimes at or below freezing. This thing had a tough time, but ever since I put it here and it's warmed up, it's been working pretty well. It chimes at the hour and half hour, and it's just a bell. You're not going to get to hear it in this recording because I don't think it's going to take me another 15 minutes. But no, it's pretty much a lot of the stuff here is just sentimental stuff to me, given to me by people that mean a lot to me. And I just didn't want them sitting up in my cabin, not really rotting, but just, like where I can't appreciate it. I mean, I got books up there too, stuff like that. Now, for a special treat, let me show you the crawl space because I'll explain to you why the fucking washing machine is set up like an idiot. Give me a second here. I gotta put you down. You ever read that poem, Telltale Heart? Anyways, This is a fucking mess. I have to clean this at some point. I'm hoping to do it on work time. But this is ridiculous. So this is a crawl space where we got the water heater. So the thing that's confusing to me is that this water heater, it's a gas water heater, and this is a propane building. Why not just set up an electric water heater so you don't need to use propane in this building at all? Like, there's no propane heaters. Like, what is the point of having a propane fucking water heater down here? It doesn't make any sense to me. But the plumbing is ridiculous. I mean, that's that's where it comes from, the well from the neighboring building. It pipes into there. There's like, fuck, I don't actually think there's a way to shut the water off the whole building unless you go to the building, you know, where the fucking well is, which is really good design. It has low point drains at least, which is nice. Let me adjust here. There's an old sign telling you how to winterize this building. It's pretty obvious. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. This used to be blocked, but the washer is over there. So I don't know what the deal with this thing is. I don't know what that used to do. Maybe that was just there as a drain. I'm not entirely sure. But basically what this motherfucker did to set up this washing machine, that's cold. That's the cold line, by the way. This fucker just took a garden hose, like 50 feet of garden hose. There's a shirt down here, too. This is the way this guy was. He took a garden hose and just ran it over to this fucking, where the washing machine is. And it's uninsulated in this area. You know, this used to be an insulated crawl space. I remember the motherfucker told me, as he was leaving, like, yeah, good luck with the washing machine. It's got a fucking water line in the unheated crawl space. I'm like, thanks, bud. Thanks. So it's just a cold water line going to this super fancy washing machine. And it's just stubbed out, so the hot and cold is the same. All you have to fucking do, you know, the hot water line's right here. All you have to fucking do is stub it out, run some PEX over there, run some PEX over there from that line, and you'd be good to go. You'd have both. It would probably cost you fucking nothing. I mean, that's not really even that far away. I don't know. It's just that's the way this fucking guy was. Everything was fucking hacked together. And I'll show you that too. It's just a shame. There's a lot of damage to the wood from this dog. I'm not gonna, you know, dogs are the way they are. But I got this thermostatically controlled oil heater to try to reduce operating costs because this has to be heated all winter, otherwise the pipes freeze. Fortunately, for the 5 days, nothing bad happened down here, and I didn't have a heater in this space. But I did have the hatch open for most of it, so that way some of the radiant heat from the fireplace would come down here. I'm not sure how effective it was. It got pretty fucking cold, so, but fortunately it worked well enough. It's also, the soil here is very sandy. You know, it's a bunch of cranberry bogs around here for that reason. It drains pretty well. So if you ever had a flood down here, it would just kind of drain into the ground. So that's pretty convenient. But I'll show you really quick the, I forgot to even point this out. Give me a second, I gotta get out of this crawl space. Alright, so when this fucker put this in too, typically when you want to do something, you make it look nice and like trim it. Nah, this stud is sticking out. I'm gonna have to take a planer, and I'm gonna have to take like a 1x6s, stain them honey, the same stain here. Trim the thing out so it doesn't look like shit, because this is gonna be used as a girl's cabin come summertime. So yeah, some more work I got to do, and also making this work correctly, venting this correctly. You know, it's awesome. I get to do everything again. So anyways, that's your episode of WNPR Cribz. I hope you enjoyed it.